Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome back. I hope you guys are all having a magical day thus far. Before we jump on into our reading, this is just a reminder that tarot is a divination tool. It's an intuitive practice. Take what resonates, leave what does not resonate behind. There's nuance to every conversation. Just because something does not resonate with you does not mean it's not meant for somebody else. Leave behind what doesn't belong to you. With that being said, everybody, welcome to This Is Exactly What You Need to Hear Right Now. I essentially just went in, guys, very casually, asked the cards, what does group this need to know right this moment? What y'all need to know? So I'm excited to get into it. With that being said, we have group 1 with the Rider, group 2 with the Mice, group 3 with the House and something else behind it, and group 4 with the Clover. If you guys need a moment to meditate on which pile is calling your name, you guys are indeed free to do that right now. And if you want to pick more than one, you guys are welcome to do so. With that being said, once you pick your pile, the description box is where you will find the timestamps to your reading, and I'll just see all of you there. Hi, group number 1. Welcome to your guys' reading. You guys picked the Rider and the Whip. I'm assuming that your guys' message is going to be related to work or progression along the path that you're currently on. So we're going to start off with our zodiac dice before we get into our shuffle. Oops. Okay, we have Libra and Capricorn. These are both cardinal signs, so I think that again makes a lot of sense as far as the first 2 cards that you guys were drawn to. We have Leo and Scorpio, Gemini, just Gemini. Now, I'm not sure which card I'm going to place on top for the reading, you guys, when we do the beginning part of the reading. I'm assuming it will be the Rider because I feel most drawn to this one. But like I said, I believe the message you guys need to hear right now has to do with work and progression along your journey. So let's see what we have. Can I get a message for group number 1? So death is here, group 1. Now, to me, death is a card that is important when it comes to having the ability to let go, having the ability to move forward, perhaps even having an emotionally difficult time letting go or moving forward. But regardless, death is talking about going into the next chapter, going into the next phase, and perhaps even mourning our previous phase, right? For some of you, this could be representing a move. The only reason why I'm bringing up a potential move for some of you is because we do, again, have the Rider. This is transportation, right? When transportation comes up and we're talking about things changing, that is a new home, that is a new car, that is, right, living in a location that we didn't previously live. So can I get, we have the Devil here. We are leveling up. So you guys are kicking a lot of bad habits as well. Okay. So the Devil is talking about toxicity. It's talking about bad habits. It's talking about perhaps toxic or karmic connections. Sometimes the Devil doesn't have to completely lean negative, and it can lean more to intensity and things feeling really intense or having a really intense relationship with somebody. But 9 times out of 10, the Devil is going to be talking about toxicity and needing to release or address what it is we're holding on to. Now, when this shows up and the Page of Pentacles also shows up, what that tells me is your guys' focus is going to be on releasing this Devil, and you will succeed in doing that. Okay, you guys. So again, this could be a bad habit, perhaps a negative state of mind. This could be a person in your life that is representing toxicity. This could be something like your workplace environment doesn't feel positive or productive, so you have to figure out how to release yourself from the binds of work. Okay, so it can even be family members. Can I get a message? Yep, okay, we have a surprise coming in. Can I have a message for the group? We have the World. This is again talking about cycles wrapping up. The Page of Wands is talking about being excited about our next chapter. And the 10 of Cups is happiness and having what you want on an emotional level, okay? So everything that I'm seeing here, the message you guys need to hear based on what we're seeing right now is essentially buckle up, because things are going to change. Things are going to change for the better. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because we have the Page of Pentacles. Again, this is referencing a level up. I'm saying that because we have the Page of Wands. This is talking about new doors opening, being excited about those new doors. And I'm saying that because we have the Ten of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, the Ten of Cups, which is talking about having what you want on an emotional level and feeling happy and satisfied emotionally. So I'm assuming that we are moving on from this devil, or we are accepting the change that's occurring in our life. The Page of Cups is, again, this is a surprise, something surprising occurring. I do believe this is a positive surprise because the outcome of the reading appears to be positive. With that being said, we will go ahead and move along to our oracle cards. Can I get a message for group number 1? What do they need to know? Conclusions are within reach. For those of you where you feel like, I don't know what I'm going to do, I don't know where I'm going to go, I don't know what the next step is, you're going to figure it out. I promise, I pinky swear, you are going to have an epiphany and you are going to figure it out. Conclusions are within reach. It's time to take action and look at the bigger picture. Now, going to it's time to take action with the writer here. This is an encouragement for you guys to be the ones who are, right, being the writer of your life. You are taking action by getting on the horse and moving forward. So I guess my question to you, group number 1, is what are you working on, or what are you wanting to change in your life? Where is your focus? What do you feel negatively attached to? Do you feel negatively attached to your workplace environment? Do you feel negatively attached to a relationship, whether it's romantic or platonic? Like, is it your state of mind, right? Do you feel like you have to work on your mental health? Whatever it is, guys, the fact that you have it's time to take action in the writer, this tells me that a lot of this is in your hands. You have the ability to make this change here, okay? With that, we are going to go ahead and get a bit more. Can I get a message for what? Okay, so we have safe home. Like I said earlier, it's very possible for some of you that there is a move in sight, perhaps a move that makes you feel safer. We have harvest. So as the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring to me harvest. I am ready to receive my all. With that showing up, your hard work, the effort that you have put in is going to pay off, group 1, okay? So again, my question to you, group 1, is where is your focus? Where is your effort at this time? That is where you are going to see progress. That is where you are going to see things blossoming. We have creativity by all above and all below. Let me connect, let the creativity flow. You guys could be feeling more creatively inspired. We have knowledge as well, so obtaining more wisdom. Let me connect above and below, let the knowledge of the ancestors flow. And then safe travel. This is keep me safe, let me roam far away, but bring me home. So again, this could be indicating you guys moving to a new location. This could also be talking about making travel plans. For the most part, again, I feel like the message is accepting the change that's occurring in your life, releasing toxic chains, and accepting or being excited about the level up that you are about to go through. For a lot of you, this level up is going to have to do, again, with your living environment, your address, right? Moving into a better place or moving into a place in which you feel safer. For others of you, this is going to have to do essentially with like the knowledge that you obtain and utilizing the knowledge that you have to create abundance or a harvest in your life. We are overcoming challenges. We are birthing something new into existence. And again, we are utilizing the wisdom that we have obtained to get to where we want to go. All right. Can I get a message for group number 1? Chiron, the wounded healer, the North Node, life's purpose, Pluto, transformation, the 4th house, and the 6th house. So what are we seeing here, guys? I don't know exactly what it is we need to heal. The fact that we have the devil here, again, it wouldn't be surprising to me if there is emotional pain or sadness that we're dealing with connected to the devil. I do believe that's something that's going to be addressed. Our life purpose is showing up. This is essentially just talking about our fate, the path that we are on, the path that we are fated to go down. Pluto, death, okay? This is just transformation and change, like I said earlier. I do believe for a lot of you, you are either in the process of moving, you're about to be in the process of moving, you're looking for a new home or a new apartment, a new flat, whatever it may be. I don't necessarily feel like this means that you're moving to a completely new location, you guys. It's possible you are moving within a similar location that you were already in. I do feel for some of you, because we have safe travel, it's very possible that you are taking a bigger leap and moving to a location that is vastly different than where you're currently at. But this is going to vary for each of you. I see a move though. I see our home changing, our address changing with the 4th house. I also see our daily routine changing with the 6th house here. Let me, just in case I get in trouble for that. But this is going to be representing things changing within your daily routine. So work, friends, what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, your environment is changing. Why am I saying it's changing? Again, we have Pluto, we have death, and all of these things are representing essentially going through a transformation, going through some type of change. Now, I do believe, again, this change is something that is positive. Okay. In which ways is the change that's occurring for group 1 positive? So perhaps you are having better communication or being forced to have better communication with the people in your lives. You have marriage here. So this is signing a contract. This is potentially meeting a romantic partner that you want to spend your life with. Family room. Again, I'm feeling like there is more safety and stability within your living place or your living environment. And we have maturity here with the mature woman. Okay. Let's continue forward. Can I have a message for group? We have I remember, soul plan, fated life versus the destiny life, going back to the North Node. And then we have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding it, your vision. Jump in. This is a Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. And that's the message for you guys, group number 1. I don't want to drag this reading out. I feel like the cards have been very consistent with what they're trying to say here. Say yes to the change that's occurring. It's going to lead to positivity. For a lot of you, it's going to lead to a better or more harmonious living environment. For others of you, it could be a more harmonious work environment. Something that's affecting your day-to-day routine. Keep that in mind, okay? The 6th house is very important here. The change that's occurring is affecting your day-to-day routine, your day-to-day life. And I do believe it's happening or progressing for the better. So that is everything that I have for you guys, group 1. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I really do appreciate it. I'm sending you guys love as always. Please enjoy the rest of your day. And that is all I got. So bye. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your guys' reading. You guys picked the mice. So with that, we will start with our roll. Cancer and Aries. Taurus and Libra. Cancer and Aries again. We'll roll one more time with 1 dice. Capricorn. A lot of cardinal energy, you guys. So this essentially would be representing taking initiative and being the leader of your life, right? Stepping up and starting. I feel like for a lot of you, the message may be using the resources that you currently have to make the best of the situation that you are currently in. Not waiting for things to get better, not waiting for the perfect circumstances, but taking advantage of where you are at and what you have at this current time. Can I get a message for group number 2? So the 9 of Cups, this is being happy and satisfied, again, with what you have and where you're at. Yes, there's still more to obtain. There's still, right, opportunities and things to explore. There's still more to be excited about for the future. You don't have everything, but the Knight of Cups talks about satisfaction, being happy with where you currently are. This is also like a wish fulfillment. The Three of Pentacles is working really hard. Now, oftentimes when you're working hard, this is referencing the Three of Pentacles, working with other people or utilizing outside sources to help with your creative endeavors, or using outside sources to help push you along when it comes to work or what you're trying to build. The Ten of Swords is something unexpected coming to a close. We are expanding. We have the Lovers here. Can I get a little bit more? Ooh, okay. Yeah. Okay. This is a positive group too, okay? So kind of like what I was saying with the mice, it feels like we are trying to utilize what we have in order to create the best possible outcome. So again, the Three of Pentacles, we're working with other people to create something outside of ourselves. This doesn't always mean that you are working directly with somebody else to create something, but you could be collaborating with somebody, or somebody could be offering you help, or you could be pulling inspiration from somebody or something to create something bigger or something outside of yourself. Now, I do believe that there is some type of unexpected closure taking place in your life. This closure could also be like a rejection of some sort. Someone telling you no, someone saying like, oh, we aren't hiring right now, or we don't have any space in our apartments to accept another tenant, right? This feels like a no to me. The Ten of Swords doesn't feel like there's a tragic ending happening in your life. It feels almost like you're getting the door shut in your face, or you're being told no, but in that no, you are moving forward and expanding in a way you wouldn't have been able to expand if you would have taken, if this would have been a yes. If the Ten of Swords would have been a yes, it feels like you wouldn't have opportunity to expand the way that you are about to expand. Now, this could be rejection from a job, rejection from a university, rejection from a living quarters. This could be rejection from a partner, like someone you're romantically interested in, rejection from a friend group. I don't know exactly what this Ten of Swords rejection is talking about or pointing to in your life. What I do know though is that it's leading to more opportunity, better opportunity. You are learning from past mistakes. You are not repeating cycles, group number 2. You are breaking out of a cycle, and instead of repeating the cycle, you're saying, hey, I already learned this lesson. I already walked down this road. We're going to do something different. I'm going to utilize what I have acquired in knowledge to benefit me. I do believe for a lot of you, this is connected to either, again, education or your work. Because we have the Ace of Pentacles, this is referencing a golden opportunity. A golden opportunity you would have not been able to take if you had said yes to, again, whatever this Ten of Swords is. For some of you, again, this could be connected to romance and love. The Lovers is here. The Lovers talks about, yes, two lovers coming together and joining in union, but the Lovers also references picking a path that is within your best interest or connected to your highest good, okay? All right, with that, let's go ahead, everybody, and move forward. What message is important for group number 2 to hear right now? It's time to release negativity. What message is important? Be bold and make the first move. A cardinal moon. Like I said, group number 2, I do believe that it is within your best interest to invoke the energy of the cardinal signs. So Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, and Libra. You don't need to be one of those signs, you guys, but focusing on the energy of those signs, or focusing on the energy of like, I'm going to step up and take initiative, or I'm going to get up and do this thing I've been saying I was going to do for the last 6 months. I'm going to go and do it today. This is important. This is really, really important. It showed up in the dice. It's been showing up here, even with the mice. I think it's important that you guys utilize this energy at this time. We have new romantic cycles begin. This is a new moon in Libra. So again, for some of you, I do believe that this message is connected to romance, but there's a lot of you here, and a lot of you, this message is meant to be more so connected to your education and work environment, okay? I think the overall message still stands though, right? Like it's like getting rejected by our education or with work or with a lover and it hurting, right? And it being like, dang, I really wanted this opportunity within work, or I really wanted to go to this university, or I really wanted to date that person. And it sucks to be rejected, or it sucks to go through a process of realizing things aren't going to work out the way that we envisioned. But I want you guys to keep in mind, again, you are able to grow from this and you are taking something very valuable from this. And I do believe that you are ending up in a better situation than where you would have ended up had this been a yes. You're very close to achieving your goal and your commitment is being tested. All right. Can I get a shadow work card for group number 2? Emotionally detached. Are you protecting yourself from unwanted drama or stress? Feel positive emotions within yourself. To feel emotions is to live freely. So essentially what I see from this is like, right, don't numb yourself out. Don't stop yourself from feeling negative emotions. It's okay to feel negative emotions. Feeling your emotions freely is going to be positive for you. You're allowed to be upset about this rejection. You're allowed to be upset about not getting the opportunity that you wanted. However, I don't want that negativity to stop you from seeing the bigger picture and being able to see that there are better opportunities for you. Again, releasing negativity is important. We also have selfish. Are you wrapped in your own desires? Try looking at and caring about the needs of others. So, right, again, this rejection could feel very painful or uncomfortable, but the reality is it could be a situation where it's like you are not going to be able to make this other person happy the way that they deserve to be happy or the way that they want to be happy. It's also very possible, right, if this has to do with work or your education, it could be there's somebody else who perhaps deserved or has been working for that spot really, really hard, and it's their time to have that opportunity. And again, guys, this rejection feels very much like it's okay because there's something better waiting for you. Okay. What is it that group number 2? We have passion and energy. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I am going to go ahead and get what fell on the floor. Okay. So passion, energy, and trust. So rise, passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. You guys could be getting blessed with a sense of more passion, whether that is creative passion or whether that is romantic. We have energy, a light inside my fire, divine. Energy, fill me and make me shine. So this is having the momentum, the energy to take on the leadership role or take on the energy of the cardinal signs. Trust, I am safe, I'm secure. In love, I trust, my faith endures. So trusting, again, that you are walking down the proper path. Trusting that everything is happening for a reason. I believe sometimes that can be really difficult, guys, right? When bad things happen, I feel like it's really, really hard to see the bigger picture or to understand how this may be benefiting you. And I also want to say this, you guys, I don't think this applies to everything, right? There are some things that occur in this world that are simply just evil and tragic. And they can just be evil and tragic without it being like, okay, well, there's a bigger reason as to why this is happening, or there's a lesson in this. Sometimes there is no lesson in tragedy, and that is okay. With this situation, it is very, very clear to me that the rejection that you're experiencing or the redirection that you're experiencing is for your benefit. There is knowledge to take from this, and there is not just money, but potential for like a better relationship, more happiness, more money, an opportunity that's better suited for you, okay? Again, that doesn't always have to be the case with every negative thing that happens in life, but in this situation, it feels like that's the case. Okay. Can I get a message? What is important for group 2 to know right now? What do they need to hear? What do they need to know? Cracked open. This is one of my favorite cards, you guys. I don't use this deck often, but this is one of my favorite cards. This is rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. The great thing about hitting rock bottom is there's nowhere to go besides up. Unless you grab a shovel and you start digging yourself lower, don't do that. But when you are at your rock bottom, or when you are at a low point in life, there's only one place to go, and that is up. That is improvement. So unless you decide to sit and wallow in your sorrows or your disappointment, there's only improvement to experience. And I think that's a positive thing. This provides you with opportunity to create. This provides you with opportunity to grow. I don't know if this is like out of touch for me to say, but I have always had such a fear of like reaching the top. Like I never want to be the best at anything that I do. The idea of being the best at anything terrifies me. And maybe that's like the Gemini in my chart, but I always want to be able to grow and learn and expand and get better. And the idea of being the top of anything is like, ooh, I hate that. I never want to reach the top. I always want to keep expanding. I always want to have more to learn, to grow. I never want to be in a position where I feel like, oh, like I've accomplished all my goals. I've reached everything. That to me would feel like rock bottom. I don't know if any of you relate to that. I'm sure most of you don't, but the point in saying this is rock bottom showing up tells me for a lot of you who have been attracted to this pile, yes, the rejection that you're experiencing, it's valid to be sad. It's valid to feel like you're at a low place. But again, surrender to the alchemy of life, cracked open. Your magic is being cracked open. Your blessings have been cracked open. This rock bottom is a positive thing for you because it is pushing you in a direction that is going to be more prosperous, more peaceful, provide more happiness, more love. Can I get a message? We have a portal here. Doors are opening. You decide rewards and wild card. You decide. I don't want you guys to forget, group 2, that you are invoking the energy of the cardinal signs. You are being a leader. Your decisions are incredibly important. What you choose to do right now is incredibly important. We have breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. And then we have deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Birth as a portal. I do like to highlight this sometimes when birth shows up in the readings. Birth is a very painful process, right? Going through birth is uncomfortable for the mother. I can imagine it's very uncomfortable for the baby as well. However, that uncomfortability, that pain, that agony leads to something beautiful, leads to literally a new life, right? So I want you guys to perhaps view what you are currently experiencing not as rock bottom or like being in a bad place, but going through the birthing process of the next phase of your life. One more. Called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. The only message you guys need to take, group 2, is that it's your turn. It's your time to step up and to lead and to take initiative in your life. It's your turn to do that. It's time for you to do that. So I'm going to leave the message there. Thank you so much, group 2, for allowing me to read for you guys. I do believe there are better days ahead for you. It's important that you, again, step up and you take initiative. That is going to make all the difference in the world for you. That being said, again, I love you. Please enjoy the rest of your day. And that is all I've got. So, bye. Hello, group 3. You guys picked the mountain, but the house came out with the mountain as well. So we're going to talk about both of them. But first, we're going to roll our little baby dice. We have Capricorn, which is very fitting, and Sagittarius. We have Gemini and Virgo, Leo and Aries. I want to do one more. I do feel the need for one more. Oh, okay. Also very fitting. We have Cancer. So the mountain in the house, you guys, the mountain is our challenge. The mountain is what challenges us, what scares us, our goals, our dreams, our desires. This is hard. This is hard work, okay? This is difficulty. the home, the house, is our comfort, our protection. And I do think it's interesting that we had Capricorn and Cancer show up in the dice, because I would very much classify this card as Capricorn and I would classify this as Cancer. So I do believe that there is perhaps a struggle here between wanting to perhaps climb the mountain or accomplish our goals or do something that feels a bit scary, but also wanting to be comfortable and wanting to be at home and wanting to feel cozy. So let's go ahead and dive into our shuffle with our tarot cards. Can I get a message for group? The Two of Pentacles. Yeah, we are very much, like I just said, stuck between I have this goal or this desire, but it's scary, or it's going to challenge me, or it's going to take me away from home, or I'm going to be pushed to, right, like move to a location that I'm unfamiliar with. And I also want to be home. I want to be comfortable. I want to be with what's familiar and safe. We are trying to find balance here. The Two of Pentacles talks about having a lot on our plate or having decisions that we need to make and feeling very much like, oh, I don't know what the right thing to do is. The Page of Swords is talking about asking questions, which obviously I do believe that when we are dealing with decisions or two different paths that we could take, it's very important that we ask a lot of questions. The Star is representing a blessing. We will get a little bit more information on the Star. I do love to see her come out in a reading, because what this tells me is that you guys have a tremendous amount of hope and positivity aimed at your future. So moving forward, I want you guys to move forward with the idea in mind that everything is going to be okay, and you should be hopeful and excited about what your future holds. Can I get a message? Yeah. Oh, guys. So the Eight of Cups doesn't always make me sad, but with this situation, it does make me sad, because it feels like, again, I want to be home. I want to be where I'm comfortable or with what's familiar. But then at the same time, I do recognize that I can't stay here forever, or I can't remain in this relationship forever, or stay at this job forever, or live in this location forever, because then I'm never going to grow. I'm always going to wonder, like, what would have happened if I climbed the mountain? What would have happened if I would have left behind my home and tried? Five of Pentacles, King of Swords. So the Five of Pentacles is not my favorite. This is probably my least favorite card in the deck. This is talking about isolation and financial struggle. So feeling alone and feeling stressed financially. The best way to avoid experiencing the energy of the Five of Pentacles is stay connected, right? Maintain a relationship with the positive people in your life. Put an effort towards the positive people in your life. Call, text. If you can make plans to see people, make plans to see people. That is going to be important throughout your life. But I think especially as you are going through this transition or through this decision-making process, staying connected to people that you love and trust is important. And making sure that you are being, perhaps you're looking at your finances in a way where it's like, I'm budgeting, I'm planning this out. So have a good grip or a good understanding of your finances. And that is how we can avoid this Five of Pentacles. Now with the King of Swords, this is talking about strategy. So although I do believe that action is the most important piece here when it comes to, like, I want to be home, but I also want to, like, meet my goals, or I want to be challenged or see what would happen if I faced my mountain. It's important to, prior to that, having a clear plan, having a clear understanding of step by step what we are going to do. Now, I will say this, you guys, sometimes, right, you get to the foot of the mountain and you have to alternate, or you have to change plans, evolve as you are going up the mountain, and figure out, like, what is the best strategy to move forward from where you are at. However, it's important that you go into this challenge, or that you go into this decision with a clear plan, and be prepared to adjust that plan. Be prepared to have to make small changes or adjustments within that plan. A need for rest, and money. So I'm assuming for a lot of you, this has to do with acquiring more financial stability, abundance. It could have to do with love, you guys. However, most of these cards are gearing me towards or pointing me in the direction of this mountain is representing, like, right, the difference between where you're at now and having more financial abundance or reaching your goals in a more profound way. So again, it's important to have a plan. This is something that is very valuable, abundance. And the Four of Swords simply just talks about a need to not burn yourself out. So understand that while you are facing this mountain, while you are achieving your goals, it's important to still take time to rest. It's important to not burn yourself out, because if you burn yourself out at the foot of the mountain or halfway up the mountain, you're never going to reach the peak. So don't burn yourself out, because it will be more difficult for you to reach the peak. And I think that that's reaching the peak is important. Okay. Can I get a message for group number 3? Yeah, I love to see him here. Capricorn, you truly have over the years become one of my favorite signs. Like, I've grown such an appreciation for people who possess a significant amount of Capricorn energy, because you guys really are just so tough. Okay. Capricorn's here. This is the mountain goat. This is the mountain. This is representing having the ability to push forward even when you don't want to, having the ability to overcome obstacles even when you're exhausted. This is resilience. This is strength. This is, I'm going in and I'm taking care of business. I'm getting done what needs to get done. Love this. Okay. Again, to me, this is confirmation that you guys are really, this group specifically, your goals have to do with money, whether that's education or whether that's like just straight going towards the money. This has to do with money for the vast majority of you. Okay. So the 10th house is our career. This is also how the world perceives us. So again, a lot of this has to do with what your goals are financially, or what your goals are in regards to what you're doing for your career, for work. Then we have Saturn. Okay. So again, a lot of you are struggling between, do I stay comfortable or do I go after my dreams? Do I stay comfortable or do I face the mountain? Here's the truth. The mountain is going to be really hard. And some of you may not be able to reach the top. Some of you may only get to, like, again, the middle of the mountain or almost the peak. Not all of you are going to reach the peak, and that is okay. That is the truth that comes with Saturn, is not everybody's going to learn the lessons they need to learn. Not everybody's going to be able to reach the peak. That's okay. With Saturn, the message that comes forward as well is, like, if you push forward, if you face these challenges, if you learn your lessons, you will be rewarded greatly. So do I think the risk that you're considering is worth making? Yes. I think the risk that you are being presented with right now in your life, group number 3, is worth it. Whether you can completely reach the peak of the mountain or not, I think regardless, the risk is worth it. Because what comes with completing this, I think, is so great and so abundant that even if you don't make it all the way up, you are still going to receive something so much better or so much more abundant than where you currently are. Okay. Now, again, I just want to remind you guys, for some of you, this could have to do with relationships, love, and things like that. But this is feeling very career, work, education oriented. Energy is gaining momentum. Show the world the real you. A time to give rather than take. We have a lot of Aquarius energy here. Bring love into the situation. Time to take a breath. Again, I think it's very important for you guys to hear that you cannot burn yourself out. It's imperative that you make sure you are not burning yourself out during this process. I want 2 more. Hold your vision. The answers you need are coming. Okay. With that being said, group number 3, we are going to go ahead and get one more deck. Can I get a message for group? Double mission. Light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. Golden children. This is inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. And then the first one that came out, this is activated earth. Power places, lie lines, trust where you are led. All right. I know I said that was going to be the last deck. However, I want to pull from one more deck. I think that these 2 cards are the most important. Yes, do I think you can serve the world by being you? Yes. Do I think you guys have rare gifts that probably could be helpful for the world? Yes. However, I think that these 2 cards are most important regarding this message, right? Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. And that may feel very uncomfortable. I want you guys to get used to that, though. I want you guys to embrace that. And trust where you are led. You feel called to certain places or to take certain actions for a reason. I never want to encourage anybody to do anything that is risky to the point of putting yourself in danger or risky to the point of putting yourself in a bad position. However, I also don't want to encourage you guys to live your entire life playing it safe and never taking any risks, specifically calculated risks, right? The reason we have this King of Swords that popped up for you guys, he is here to say, if you don't have a plan, you cannot face this mountain. If you don't have at least a blueprint of how you want to tackle this mountain, don't go, okay? So step 1, have a blueprint. Step 1, right? Get your plan in place or get an idea of what you want to do, how you want to proceed, how you want to execute this plan prior to even getting to the mountain, right? If you think about the mountain in literal terms, I don't know if any of you guys have ever hiked a mountain. I have. When you go and hike a mountain, you can't go without a plan. You can't go without water. You can't go without proper shoes. You can't go without proper clothing. There's equipment that you need in order to properly tackle a mountain. So don't go to this mountain, guys, in flip-flops and no water and just expect everything to be okay. Have a plan, okay? All right. Can I get a message? Sorry, guys. We got to cover her. This is manifestation, okay? So what you seek is seeking you. I hate that I have to cover her. It's so annoying, but what you seek is seeking you. And there she goes. All right, give me 1 second. All right, guys. Let me get back into place. We have a new, oh, dang. New moon. Fresh start, new beginnings. Love that. Okay. And I think that's essentially where you guys are at. You guys are in this place where you have to make a decision. Do I play it safe? Do I take the risk? I'm going to vote that you take the risk, but I'm going to vote that first you make sure you have a plan before taking that risk. There is a fresh start and a new beginning waiting for you guys. I do think it's important for you to trust your instincts, trust your intuition, trust where you are being led. Okay, group number 3. Thank you so much, you guys. I love you. I hope this was helpful. I wish I could wrap my arms around you guys and give you a hug. I appreciate you guys. I love you. And that is all I've got. So, bye. Hello, group 4. You guys got the clover. Okay, so what I love about this is the fact that the clover is very open, right? The clover is simply representing luck. I like that there's a little bee here because this is potentially talking about receiving help or receiving some type of, like helping hand, someone who wants to give you money, someone who wants to help you with what it is you are currently facing or dealing with in your life right now. So with that, let's go ahead and see what we got. Our dice. We have Virgo and Leo. Hello, Virgo. Hello, Leo. Scorpio and Pisces. Cancer and Taurus. All right. With that, everybody, we will jump straight into our shuffle. Okay. Can I get a message for group number 4? Temperance. This is talking about a need to readjust or a need to find more balance. Some of you guys are getting impatient. I don't know exactly what you're getting impatient with. I would assume this either has to do with obtaining like success or stability. This could also have to do with a relationship, you guys, but there is some type of like impatience or a feeling of tiredness that I'm picking up on from this Knight of Pentacles. So the Six of Swords, this is essentially like, we're getting in the boat, we're going to new lands, we are seeing new places, we are experiencing a whole new world. When I see the Six of Swords, I get excited because this is fresh energy. And personally for me, like, I love a little bit of a little spice, a little freshness, a little new environment, okay? So when I see the Six of Swords, that tells me that you guys are going to be experiencing perhaps a significant amount of change that perhaps is going to change the environment that you're in, change that is going to perhaps alter the way that you see the world, the way that you're interacting with people around you. Can we get some information on this change? What kind of change is this? Something that has needed to change for a long time. The Six of Cups talks about our childhood or something from the past. So something is changing that has needed to change for a very, very long time. I'm assuming you're anticipating this change. The King of Wands, this is talking about being really outgoing, charismatic, charming, and getting what you want through your magnetism. Give me 1 second, you guys. This is the 10 of Pentacles, which is positive. So there's an investment happening for you guys, group number 4. So I don't know what kind of investment this is. This could be investing in yourself. If you're a woman, this could be you investing in your physical appearance. I hate saying things like that, guys, but right, we all live in the same world. We all see the same things. Investing in your physical appearance as a woman can be very beneficial. This could be investing in your education. This is also something that's very beneficial to both men and women. This could be investing in a business. This could be investing in, this is not financial advice, but investing in stocks or property or things like that, things that will appreciate in value over time. So that is what the 10 of Pentacles talks about. Investing in something that you believe is going to benefit you later on. We're cutting off the fat. We are cutting off the, when I see this is like, I don't have time to carry all these swords. I don't have the strength to carry all these swords, and I have a long journey. So I'm going to carry what I can or what's important to me, and I'm going to leave the rest. So like I said, this feels very much like we're cutting off the fat. We're cutting off the excess, things that we no longer need. 8 of Swords is talking about a feeling of being trapped. The 6 of Pentacles talks about generosity, which I think is interesting because, again, usually when the clover comes up, you guys, I don't really talk about the bee. Like, the bee doesn't feel highlighted to me. But for you guys, the bee felt quite significant. It felt like you're receiving some type of help that is going to push you forward financially or help you along financially. And then we have that 6 of Pentacles, which is quite literally representing receiving some type of financial help. This could come in the form of a loan. This could come in the form of somebody literally giving you money, like a friend, a family member giving you money. This could come in the form of somebody saying, hey, like, you can come and stay with me, or I'll help you out with this, or I'll help you out with that. This could even be a partner helping you out financially. There are quite a lot of responsibilities on your plate. I believe this is ultimately leading to stability. Let's get one more. Oh, I really don't want to tap into the Hermit right now. The Hermit is essentially like doing a lot of like looking within, right? Doing a lot of inner work. a lot of this feels like outer work though. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to dive into him, but let's go ahead. Can we get some more information on the Hermit? I feel like I have to word this a little carefully, guys. The Hermit, like I just said, is talking about doing self-reflection. Your success relies, your happiness, your ability to move forward and to have this luck or the stability, this thing to celebrate, it relies on your ability to look at yourself and understand who you are in a way that's very clear. Okay, so again, I want to be careful about how I say this, but like essentially not being delusional or not being not looking at yourself as like, I'm perfect, I can do no wrong, I know everything, I am as good as I'm ever going to get because I'm great at everything I do. Essentially, I believe your success, your happiness lies in being fluid, okay, or having the ability to adjust, having the ability to be like, oh, like I can do this better, or I can do that better. I could have said this nicer, or I could have put in more work and effort into this or into that. The reason I'm hesitant to say this is because I feel like oftentimes when messages like this come up, it's like people who don't have the ability to self-reflect are never going to receive this message, right? Like they're never going to hear that this is something that they need to do. So I do feel, again, hesitant saying things like this, but for those of you who have the ability to self-reflect, I want you to understand that that is important and that is what's helping you or leading you to more happiness and more success. Okay. We have egocentric. Not everyone shares the same perspective as you. Listen to others. Oh, there was 2 here. Listen to others. You may just learn something new. I recently had an experience, you guys, where I was encountering a person, we'll just say a person, who very much was bothered by the people around them not having the same lifestyle as them, or not having the same perspective, or not handling situations in the way that they would handle things. And the reality is, like, we're all different, right? We all have a different way of viewing the world. We all have a different way of perceiving things. And I think that it's important to remember that, because it's going to make you, again, it's going to assist in that fluidity that I think is important for you guys in order to move forward, to have happiness, to have success, right? Embracing different perspectives or different viewpoints is going to give you a better understanding of how, again, you can handle the things that we're talking about today, the investments, the move or the change that's occurring. We have manipulative. Let go of wanting to exert power over someone or a situation. Do you need to work on your self-esteem? Okay, and then we have superficial. You care too much about outward appearances. Start with your inner work, your value, your self-esteem, your personality. So this is talking about doing inner work. This is essentially talking about the Hermit, right? Reflecting upon oneself. With that being said, you guys, I do believe that having the ability to reflect on your own self, reflect on your mistakes or things that you could have done better, things that you could improve on, is beneficial, is helpful. With that, I want to move on from this message because, again, I am aware that this can be a bit difficult for some people. Nothing is yet set in stone. Again, mutable energy. That's what's most prevalent for me with your pile group 4, is embracing mutable energy. Embracing, I don't want to just say change because it's not change, but embracing fluidity, embracing like kind of going with the flow, rolling with the punches. A time for healing. Don't let your past hold you back. That's so creepy. Like I was talking about, guys, with the 6 of Cups. There's something from your past that you are moving on from or letting go of. And it's something that it's long overdue. So don't let your past hold you back. Personal issues reach a resolution. We have a full moon in Cancer. With that, all right, can I get a little bit more for group number 4? Baby steps. I do feel a lot of you have been taking baby steps for a while, and there is, again, perhaps a little bit of exhaustion with these baby steps. But baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So this is essentially saying, like, you are feeling called to do certain things for a reason, and it may not make sense right now. It may not make sense in 6 months, but eventually you will be able to see the bigger picture. Ooh, okay. Perspective is such a big thing as well. This is really interesting to me. So perspective, none of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. So this is, again, talking about fluidity and needing to observe yourself, reflect on yourself, and understand, again, that not everybody sees things the way that you see things, and that's okay. And there's a way that we can work with that energy in a beneficial way, right? So none of this matters. Zoom out, common ground, perspective. I do feel like for a lot of you who were drawn to pile 4, there is going to be a perspective shift for you guys, okay? Can I get a little bit more for group number 4? We have whale and orca elders. Share your song. Frequency of sound. Diving deep. Ooh, star bathing. Light body, crystal grid, transformation, and activation. The 7 star sisters, birth and creations, tapestry of life and expression. And then we have falling or fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. I want to get some final messages from a different deck for you guys, but essentially what I'm taking from all of this, again, is your perspective is going to shift, and I think it's going to shift for the better. I believe opening yourself up to more fluidity or more mutable energy is going to be important or very helpful for you guys to reach not just financial success, but also emotional success and happiness. Speaking up for yourself is something that's showing up as well, like a need to speak up for yourself. This card has always reminded me of like the best of times and the worst of times, and experiencing both those things literally at the same time. Okay. Can I get some final messages for group 4? What do they need to know right now? What's the most important thing for them to hear? Oh, okay. We'll cover these up. We have the Coven, which is power of sisterhood, you guys. If you are a woman, leaning on other women is so important. Having a powerful group of women around you is so incredibly important. If you don't have that, prior to seeking love, prior to seeking anything, like seek that, seek sisterhood, okay? And if you're a man, I want you to seek out other healthy men, other men who are able to like lift you up and support you and be there for you. having friends in general, you guys, is so, having community is important, okay? Having community is so important. We have Freya. This is, you are worthy, you are loved. And we have my favorite. Let me get her together, Miss Kali Ma. If you guys don't know anything about Kali Ma, I do highly suggest looking into it if you're at all interested. She is one of my favorite deities. I am not Hindu, I don't practice Hinduism, but I do have a lot of respect and love for the deity Kali Ma. So step into the unknown. Do not be afraid. So with that, guys, again, I think that this goes back to embracing mutable energy, following your intuition, feeling bold and brave enough to take those baby steps forward, even when things feel a little bit uncertain. And I think the reason why all of this is so important goes back to the clover, right? What is the clover? This isn't saying that like, oh, you're going to climb a mountain and work really hard and receive all these riches. Or you're going out and you're dating and you're being really rigid about how you're dating. So you're meeting the love of your life because of that. The clover is representing luck. This is like being open to life and being open to surprises and allowing luck to play an active role in your life. So long story short, group 4, you guys are going to get lucky, okay? And I think the way that you get lucky is through being open. not being afraid, saying yes to more opportunity, saying yes to more community, saying yes to things that perhaps invoke a little bit of nervousness or fear. I also believe that you guys are going to benefit greatly, greatly from doing a lot of self-reflection. And that is something that every pile should always hear that. Every reading should always say that, like, doing self-reflection is important and it's beneficial for you and for the people around you. So with that being said, group number 4, I love you guys and I'm excited for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. And that is all I've got. So